Once again, we back with another podcast of the Block Builder segment. I'm gonna be talking to y'all. I got my block builders in here.
Lady Hurricane.
Bro G.
Cam Campbell.
And we about to turn up for y'all, man. I'm
Who
coming
you
from.
is?
Oh, I'm Bro T, baby.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I'm Bro T. I'm the speaker for the night, y'all. I'm coming to y'all, talking to y'all from a title being Committed to the Commitment. I'm going to say that for y'all once again. Committed to the commitment.
Man.
And I'm going to come from the Bible scripture, Ecclesiastes 5:5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. Man, keep your word. Do what you say you're going to do. Self-explanatory. That's Bible. You ain't got to lie.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You
ain't got to lie.
You know what I'm talking about? But let's go ahead and get into it, man. Committed to the commitment, man. We're a group of block builders, man, and our mission is to reform and redirect the minds of the youth.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to educate, empower, and evolve, to teach kids a better way. You know, give them something that they're lacking in the homes, and that's love. A lot of parents ain't committed to being parents, you know, but we out here putting in work. We as a people, we out here putting in work for our kids. You know what I'm talking about? I want to ask y'all a question, my builders, my brothers and my sisters. Is it easy to be committed to what you want when everyone you love, even everyone that you were friends with, don't support you?
That could be a difficult question, but according to what the commitment is, it is much like Yolanda Adams. I want to say it was Yolanda that said, you know, I go if he send me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was the Canton Spiritual. Send me, I go.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the one that I. But long story short, you know what I mean. Many are called, few are chosen. Sometimes you got to be committed even when you ain't make the commitment. You know what I'm saying? Basically, because you ain't asked for it, but it was given to you. It was placed in your lap. Well, much is given, much is required.
Okay, let me put it to you like this, man. I'm trying to keep it to where the kids and we can actually speak to our people, so
Okay.
that in life situations that they understand. You have 16-year-old high school girl. You know, she made a bad decision. You know, and she was intimate with someone, and the intimacy that she engaged in led to a pregnancy.
Okay.
But that's something she ain't even asked for. But that's a life. You understand me? And I'm just trying to give y'all an example of being committed to the commitment. And when you say like sometimes the commitment you ain't even asked for. She ain't know that intimacy. Well, she probably knew, but she had no idea that it was gonna happen to her like that
On the first time.
on the
right.
first time. But sometimes it's all it takes is one time, and you got to be committed to that, man. You can't fold. You can't stop. You can't back down. You understand me? Don't back down now. Don't get scared.
You know, in those situations like that, commitment, it should be, when we speak predominantly, you say from our culture, you know, I look at it as though most of us grow up in a single parent household, a broken home. I just always had the mindset, I don't want my kids to go through what I went through, or I want it to be better. And I ain't saying better as in enabling them, because sometimes we can go above and beyond to give them the things that we didn't have, but it don't come with a cost. You know what I mean? We give them all this and that, but school ain't even important. Keep in mind, you know, it is some things in school that they're learning is contrary to what you may believe, or even, you know, your morals or whatever. But at the end of the day, if that's the case, you know that they got to go to school. So is it that you want to homeschool, or do you want to instill what's important? The morale, all that's being left out. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, which leads me. You have something to say, brother G?
You said, is it easy to commit?
No, I'm saying.
He said, is it easy to stay committed to your commitment
I'm gonna say no.
when you don't have support by your family and friends?
I'm gonna say no.
Do tell.
I'm gonna say no because it's hard to stay committed to the things that you love and actually want to stay committed to. You're gonna have days. You might be committed to. For example, I do jiu-jitsu, and I'm committed to that. But it's times that I don't want to be committed to it when I'm getting like my arm tweaked or something like that. So it's situations where even the things you love, you're not gonna want to be committed to. You're not gonna want to be committed to. So I'm gonna say that it'll be very hard to be committed to something when everybody is going against it, because it's hard to stay committed to something when everybody's cheering you on. You could have something going and everybody is cheering it on, and they don't know that behind closed doors you stressing out, wondering how you gonna do it, how you gonna get it done, and you don't want to be committed to it. So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it will be very hard.
So is it safe to say it's all about what the commitment is?
Exactly. Commitment is you have to really be careful with commitment, especially to people. I would say commitment to a person is a very dangerous thing, because people change, situations change, emotions change, feelings change. But commitment to principle and commitment to purpose is a more safe bet. If you commit yourself to a principle versus a person, you may say, I commit myself to someone that is trustworthy. So that way, anybody that's trustworthy, you know that you can deal with them. But if somebody not trustworthy, then you know I don't commit to anything with them. I don't involve commitment with them. I may still deal with them. I may still be cool with them, but I'm not going to commit to anything with them because they don't have this principle that I require for commitment. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna say commitment is a very dangerous thing.
What about you, Brother Cam? Give us something. Speak to us. Drop knowledge.
I can definitely do that. I'm gonna say it just depends. Like, you know, what Bro Greg was saying, it just depends on commitment, because, you know, from a single child point of view, like, you know, no siblings or nothing like that, it's been many times where, you know, everything, you know, every time I try to say, you know, something, or, you know, try to express myself, it always got shut out. But then it got to a point in time where it was just like, I had to realize, okay, this is my life. So in order for me to remain happy and in order for me to remain sane, I first got to pray about it. I first got to plan it. And then I got to persevere. So then I had to realize, like, okay, so when it comes to commitment, you know, you don't want to be committed to nothing that's going to, you know, get you in trouble, you know, especially if it's like on a temporary, you know, thinking process, like, you know, okay, if I could possibly go to jail, but I'm committed to the game. This is what I do. But you got to think long term about it. You can't just be like, okay, well, I really need to do this, so let me go ahead and do it. You have to think of it on a mature level of commitment. You have to think of, okay, is this really going to benefit me? Like, is this really going to put food on my table, clothes on my back? Is it really going to provide me in the long term? Or is it just something that's just like temporary, like?
So are you committed to the commitment?
Pretty much. It's just like, you know, I'm definitely committed to the commitment as long as it's beneficial. So, you know.
Let me find that.
So,
Let me find that.
If it ain't beneficial, it's artificial, man.
Yeah.
You can't deal with that artificial flavoring, man.
No.
You get sick off that, man. That's like a dye, a food dye. And if you take the word of it, the dye, you lose something.
Like a sugar
You understand?
pill,
You need that
think
real deal,
yeah.
originated, never duplicated. You know what I'm talking about? You need it straight from the root. I don't want nothing that's just been made in the factory. I need this straight from the grounds of the ground.
The Dr.
You understand me?
The Dr. CB, the oil.
That's why. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna speak on a way that like what you were saying, commitment could be like detrimental instead of beneficial. For example, if you watch sports and you watch football, the Cleveland Browns, the fans that are committed to the Cleveland Browns, that's not a beneficial commitment.
No.
Because they probably not, I'm not going to say they never, but they probably not going to ever win a Super Bowl. But they have fans that's committed to them. But in that commitment, they never going to get to go be the fans of a Super Bowl team. So that's what commitment can be beneficial to you, but it can also be detrimental. They got people that's committed to things that are detrimental to them. And they just committed to it just because. So what I said earlier about commitment being dangerous, I'm gonna take that back and recant it and say that blind commitment is dangerous.
Mhm.
Just committing to any and everything, just because when you a loyal person, you can have a bad habit of committing to things just because you have loyalty by nature. So whatever you involve yourself with, you're gonna commit to it. But a lot of times you can commit yourself to a sinking ship. And then and it's committing yourself to a sinking ship, you commit yourself to going down with the ship.
You could be already getting on the ship.
It's better to just analyze the situation and determine what situations do I need to commit to. And you can be a part of something without committing to it. And that's what you were saying, as long as it's beneficial.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch it.
See, a commitment is I'm with it whether it's beneficial or detrimental. I'm just riding with it. See, us being associated with it. See, I'm associated with it. It's beneficial, and then once it turned detrimental,
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
Well, see, when he said that though, I mean by it being beneficial, that I call those type of people opportunists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't want that mindset. I'm like, really?
Well. When you classify somebody as an opportunist, you have to remember that no matter what, the number one law of the land is self-preservation. And going back to what Cam just said in the last podcast, nobody gonna go harder for you than you go for you.
Right.
So a lot of people that we call opportunists, they not really opportunists. They just taking the opportunity, and sometimes we don't like it if they step on our toes, and we feel like, oh, they just getting they out. But like we just said, ain't nobody gonna go harder for you than you go for you. So sometimes, like you could really be rocking with somebody and committed to something, and then you just see it going left. You see it going in a bad direction, and it's not because it's anything personal. But a lot of times, commitment be on a business level. Like, because think about it. We call a lot of people friends. We call a lot of people by a lot of endearing terms. But how many of those people can you call? Can you really call if your car break down on the side of the road and you need somebody to follow the tow truck, or the police then picked you up and you need somebody to come and bail you out? So a lot of the people you dealing with, you can't be dealing with the commitment on a personal level unless it's a relationship, unless we talking relationships. So you got to be talking about the commitment on a business level. And you are a fool to commit to a business that's failing, to commit to something that's failing.
Man, where's the season? He just dropped it in the gun blow. You understand me? That's why I say, man, which brings me back, man, I'm just sitting here just listening. I was leading at fire. I was just sitting here, man. It got so good, man. I thought we was on the panel. You understand me? That's why I say being committed to the commitment, man. For my first pointer is you got to make a choice. You got to make a choice. You either gonna do it or you ain't. That goes back to the scripture, Ecclesiastes 5:5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow, that thou should vow and not pay. Then, hold on, let me go back. It say, better is it that thou shouldest not vow than thou shouldest vow and not pay. Don't even say it if you ain't going to do it. Don't even say it if you ain't going to do it. It ain't going to prosper like that. You got to make the choice. Do it or don't. Go or stay. You understand?
And look, T, that's something that we learned as toddlers.
I'm telling you.
If you go outside, you better stay out there.
Oh, don't be running in and out my doors now.
Don't be running in and out my doors.
Street light come on.
All right.
I'm committed to being in the house before the street light come on because I don't want that whooping.
Don't be outside playing in the streets.
When mama told me that boy ain't your friend, and I still went out and hang with dude, and me and dude got into some trouble.
And things went left.
Oh, man. It all goes back to, man, mama told me not to hang with this boy, but I chose my own way.
Loyalty. Didn't bro just tell you that?
Man,
you know what I say?
Sometimes
I say don't be.
It's not always the right way.
Don't be loyal to be a fool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that because sometimes we be, as bro just said, you loyal to something or somebody that ain't even loyal to you. So at some point, you gotta change the the
You gotta change the
environment.
dynamic of the
Yeah,
situation,
that part.
man.
And if you
got to-
have trouble saying no, then you're gonna be committed to a lot of things.
Mhm.
If anybody that has a problem telling people no or refusing, then you're gonna be committed to a lot of things because you gonna vow. And then,
bruh.
and then once you vow, you're not gonna want to go back on your word. You could vow under false pretenses. Like you could think this gonna succeed, and once you get in it, you see
Nope. This ain't it.
this ain't gonna succeed. But then you stay
I
loyal.
don't want to go, but I mean, you know, I don't want to, but I know I need to, but I
Exactly.
ain't gonna do it.
Exactly.
Oh, but what about them times when you know you don't need to go, but you go anyway?
Ooh,
You understand
that's
me?
that temptation.
That's being committed to the wrong thing.
Committed to the wrong
That's that's foolish loyalty and not having the intestinal fortitude to say no.
Which
to-
will bring. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if you had them two things, then you're gonna find yourself in a lot of situations, committed to a lot of situations that you don't want to be in, which is a horrible position to be committed to a situation that you don't want to be in. That's the equivalent of when they had World War II and people got drafted to go to war. Now you committed to a situation that you don't want to be in.
Why you gotta pick me?
Exactly. A lot of people find
I
a
don't
lot of
wanna
people
go.
find
Why me?
themselves in that
Why you gotta
situation,
pick
and they on them boats heading to the beach with the
Yeah.
machine guns firing,
And they ready.
and they in there saying, "Why oh why,
Why?
did I get in this boat?"
Oh Lord.
Wow.
See, that'll bring me to my next pointer after making the choice.
Mhm.
Once you make that choice, you got to understand that choice is gonna come with some trials. You understand me?
Mhm.
Now, the trials gonna come point blank period off the choices that you make. You can hear me? The trials gonna come off the choices that you make. You understand me? But I'm not gonna stay on this pointer of the trials because the trials is gonna cause you to react, or it's gonna bring an action out of you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move on to the action part. After you've made that choice, you understand me, and you know what's the right way, but you still made that choice to go your way. You understand me? And your trials come on. What would be your action if doubt starts to set into your mind? If you start to rethink your commitment, what comes into your mind? How would you reassure yourself? You understand me? When being so committed to the commitment doesn't seem worthy.
Man, asking that question, honestly, I'm gonna expound on block builders, and we've been established now for 4 years, and of course, the vision of everything is the dream of everything is more so worldwide. I'm gonna say it like that. I do trust that we have room for growth. As you stated, we've experienced a lot of trial and error. Because I know my purpose and what I do, that's what helps me stay committed. Another thing, when you know that it's people depending on you, that helps you stay committed. There's some days you don't want to do it, you don't want to go, but you got to move and you got to go.
Perseverance.
As bro said, you got to have on the right boots. You got to be strapped up and ready. What we say? You ain't got to get ready
If you're
you're
already
ready.
If you're
So,
already ready, man.
I mean, you know what you done committed to, and as you just said in the word, don't give your word if you ain't gonna stand on it. I tell them all the time at work, don't nothing matter to me more than my word, my money, and my credit. Don't play with me. They talking about say it again.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
money, my word, and my credit.
Don't
You heard
do
me?
it. My
Oh.
name mean everything. You heard me?
It
To
does.
me,
It does, man. It does, man.
Well,
And it-
I got a quick. Well, no.
Go ahead. What's your
Okay.
question,
I
bro?
was just gonna simply like, so what makes you committed to the committed?
I just told you the purpose.
The purpose.
The those that's depending on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what make you stay committed. That's how the commitment came. Cause the thing about it is, again, many are called, few are chosen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I ain't called this, but I really did, cause I remember praying about it and asking the Lord to use me, you know, after losing my little brother to violence. And so, upon losing him to violence, of course, it's been so much violence here in our city where we from. And so it is troubling when you know both sides, you know, the victim and the victor, you know. So all that's why they need me, the victim and the victor. You feel me? And that keep me going.
Them facts. You got anything, Brother Cam?
Yeah, I feel as if, you know, whenever you have that moment in life where, like Trina said, you know, you see both sides of the spectrum, like, you have to realize that if you are given a chance or opportunity to be committed to something, regardless of whatever is, you know, if it's positive or negative, you have to just sit there and just think, okay, I see your point of view. I see your point of view. I see you was in the wrong and you was in the wrong. But I'm committed to helping you out both because I know that's the right thing. You know, there's always, you know, they say there's always three sides to a story. Your side, their side, and then the truth. You are the mediator. You knew both sides. Right. You have to be the mediator. You're gonna have to be committed so both sides can see, okay, I was wrong. Mm-hmm. You was wrong. Mm-hmm. We both was wrong. Mm-hmm. So now we gotta move forward. But we can't move forward going backwards, which means we can't go forward still, you know, hating each other. But, you know, whenever we see each other, you know, we just like, okay, well.
It's up.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's up.
You have to think of it as, okay, I'm committed to make this thing work. We committed to block build. We committed to build these streets in a positive way. So that means if they going to be committed, we got to stay committed. If they going to fight, we got to fight. Being committed. Stay committed.
And yeah, man. That was our session. I just want to leave y'all with this, man. I want to just put something on your brain. I want to ask y'all, what are y'all committed to? And do you think it uplift others? Does God get the glory? Are you arrogant when you get that which you have been committed to receiving? You understand? And once you answer those questions, I want to give y'all a challenge, man. I want to give y'all a week-long challenge, and the challenge is to uplift everybody that you see every day, whether it's in your neighborhood, in the store, on your job.
Start with yourself. Go in the mirror. Didn't MJ say, I'm talking to the man in the mirror?
I'm speaking.
So all I'm saying is everybody have their own personal demons.
Right.
Everybody have their own personal flaws.
Right.
Everybody have their own personal, you know what I'm saying, convictions. Everybody have their own personal, you know, struggles, whatever it may be, whatever you want to give the description title to. So start speaking affirmation over yourself. Look in the mirror and I am the head and not the tail. I am
above and not beneath. I shall lend, I shall not borrow.
You feel me?
That's Yolanda Adams.
Well, not only that, just say it like this, what I just said. Most of us come from broken homes. Start speaking over yourself what you're not going to do. I ain't going to be a deadbeat daddy. I ain't going to be a lost parent. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be effective and efficient in my kid's life.
Not even that, man.
I
I'm
mean,
not
that's
going to be a
speaking to the
troubled
adults.
child.
That's what I was just
I'm not
about to
going to
say.
be a troubled child. I'm going to listen to my parents. I'm not going to be disrespectful.
I'm going to be different.
I'm going to be different. I'm not going to hang with my
I'm going to be lame. Y'all remember we used to say that?
I'm going to be lame.
I'm lame.
Yeah, I'm lame. I'm going to be an L7. I just learned that, y'all. I just learned that means square.
Okay, well, I just learned too.
Me too, man.
I done heard it before, but I guess because I never was one of those, but I am a lame.
L7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we got that'll be different, man. You understand? It's just like when we was in the dad classes and we had the little line come through and we had to give him a hug and tell him what we was gonna do. We was gonna say no to drugs. That'll be different, man. Don't be scared. You understand me?
I like that analogy. You heard what you said? We had to hug the lion.
Hug the lion.
Start declaring that you are the lion, the king of your jungle.
The lion.
And you gonna make some things shift and put it into place. You know, it all starts with you.
And then think about it like this. Once you realize that, you know, you are the captain of your sea, sometimes you got to, you know, start showing other people that they are the captain of their seas.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to be in the boat by yourself, baby, but just ride the wave.
Oh, yeah.
And we out.